Welcome to another music therapy episode. I am John Thuen, a mental health therapist, and today we will be reacting to Linkin Park's Heavy. Let's get right into it.
I don't like my mind right now, stacking up problems that are so unnecessary. Wish that I could slow things down. I want to let go, but there's comfort in the panic.
Absolutely. So what I love about his first line, I don't like my mind right now, it shows that it is temporary, that this too shall pass. This feeling of not liking myself will pass in due time. And stacking up problems that's so unnecessary, it's easy to catastrophize and assume the worst and think the world revolves around you in this state of not liking yourself and people are out to get you. But wait 10 minutes, wait a day, sleep on it, and odds are you'll wake up a little more refreshed and not as critical of yourself.
And I drive myself crazy, thinking everything's about me. Yeah, I drive myself crazy, cause I can't escape the gravity. I'm holding on. Why is everything so heavy? Holding on to so much more than I can carry.
Wow, so beautiful. His voice is incredible. Chester is so talented. And I love his line of holding on to everything. Why is it so heavy? And let me explain real quick why it's so heavy. So I have this outlet right here, this plug thing. And if I were to hold on to this with my arm straight out like this, how long do you think I could hold it? I bet maybe 20 hours before I started to cramp, maybe even 25 hours. But the idea is that what we hold on to gets really, really heavy over time. And that the longer we hold on to something, even if it's light, it becomes heavier and heavier. And eventually we get exhausted. So Chester sounds like he is holding on to something that for decades and decades, and it's becoming unbearable for him. So he either needs to let go of some of those weights that he's been carrying for a while, or maybe get stronger, but ideally not carry weight that you don't need to, right?
I keep dragging around what's bringing me down. If I just let go, I'd be set free.
Wow, that's so incredible. So if he just lets go of his past traumas, of his mental illnesses, of his past betrayals in relationships, he would be set free. But there's a part of him that is attached to those things that hold him down, and he attaches a sense of identity to those rough times, and we all do. There is a moment in our lives that was rough and that we went through to endure, that we then attach a sense of ourself to, and without that sense of self in those traumatic experiences, a lot of us feel empty. And that's what it sounds like Chester is singing about, is that he has become who he is now based on those negative experiences, and that's why he's holding on to them. So let's keep listening.
Holding on.
Why is everything so heavy? You say that I'm paranoid, but I'm pretty sure the world is out to get me. It's not like I made the choice to let my mind stay so fucking messy. I know I'm not the center of the universe, but you keep spinning around me just the same. I know I'm not the center of the universe, but you keep spinning around me just the same. I'm holding on. Why is everything so heavy? Holding on. Just so much more than I can carry. I keep dragging around what's bringing me down. If I just let go, I'd be set free. Holding on.
So in this, we're seeing some relationships, maybe even some love relationships. He's spinning around her like she's the center of the universe, which means either they're in love, they're really good friends, or it's an unhealthy relationship. Because if your entire life is revolving around one person or one thing, then odds are the balance isn't there. Odds are you're not sleeping well enough. You're not, taking care of your teeth, your lungs, your physical and mental well-being if you are fully giving everything you have to someone else. So this might be touching on some unhealthy relationship dynamics in this Chester and Kiara's romantic relationship. I believe that in order to be your best self for anyone, for any relationship, we have to put ourselves first. And until we do that, we'll always be lacking in all other aspects of our life. Like, for instance, if you put your romantic relationship first and you don't brush your teeth and you don't walk and you don't exercise, then you're going to become a shell of what you could be if you did put yourself first. So despite how obsessive and love-stricken they seem, it's not healthy, it's not sustainable forever.
Why is everything so heavy? I know I'm not the center of the universe. You keep spinning around me just the same.
Ooh, we could see some of his anger there when he made that face. Let's go back and listen to that one more time.
Universe, you keep spinning around me just the same. I know I'm not the center of the universe, but you keep spinning around me just the same. And I drive myself.
Right there. Yep. So he is looking at himself in the mirror. He is ticked off, screaming at himself about probably some of the things that he is holding on to from his past that are weighing him down, because they're like ghouls that are haunting him over time. And it's terrifying to be in that position. And it's frustrating, as he's showing.
Crazy, thinking everything's about me. Holding on. Why is everything so heavy?
Yeah, and when she says, I drive myself crazy thinking everything's about me, that hits hard too, because as humans, we're a little selfish. We see the world through our own lens, and it's hard not to conspiracize and to think of other people always saying the worst thing about you or always talking about you, when in fact they're probably just talking about themselves or other things, because we have a tendency to look and think of ourselves more than we typically are. And we're a little egocentric and a little arrogant sometimes about our perceived self-worth and how much the world revolves around us, when in fact it doesn't. And it's funny too how you see their relationship mirror their own internal state, how their romantic relationship suggests that they spin around each other like they're the center of the universe, but then internally they think that they are both the center of the universe, which is really fascinating. People tend to project their own internal states onto relationships as well.
Holding on. So much more than I can carry. I keep dragging around, bringing me down. If I just let
I was not expecting that. Chester is getting attacked by himself.
go, what's bringing me down? If I just let go, I'll be set free. Holding on. Why is everything so heavy? Why is everything so heavy? Why is everything so heavy?
Oh, but he is the only one in that room. Oh my gosh. So he was either imagining or having a hallucination or delusion that himself was he was also in the room. So, wow. And then she comes in and realizes that it's just him. And how about that? We all do have a devil and an angel on both shoulders. And he seemed like he was really going to war with himself there when it came to his mental health and all these burdens that he's carrying. And that's why it's so important to get another person's perspective, because when she came in, she realized, wow, there's not two Chesters, there's only one Chester. And that must have really sobered him up, and now they can finally talk and process and work through some of those negative feelings that he has about some grief, some loss, some traumas. Wow, what an incredible episode. And she reaches out her hand and she touches him on the shoulder. So freaking powerful. What an incredible song. Chester is so talented. And rest in peace, Chester, an incredible artist. If you have any song recommendations or a different interpretation of the song, please leave it in the comments and I will get to it as soon as I can. If you would please like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend, I would so greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next music therapy episode.